From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the woke, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the Comic Relief Crusader. Hello, people. It is I, the Comic Relief Crusader, here on another titillating Tuesday. Boy, what a what a week it has been. Oh, it's been just, I don't know. I don't want to say it's been full of stress, but it somewhat has been full of stress and and thank you, Lenrod. Yes, it is quite the intro, and I have the one and only Fet for Hire to thank me for that intro. So yeah, hey, I wanted a Justice League Super Friends type of intro, and he delivered. So I did the voiceover work. He did the rest. So I knew exactly what kind of music I wanted. Slapped my voice on there, and he did the rest of the animation. And oh my God, really? The notification actually worked this time. That complaining I must have done to YouTube must have worked. So I guess somebody had to crack a whip there and just say, no more. So, and yes, Fat is freaking great. So I thank him for that. So what's been happening over the past week? Oh my God. Well, let's see. I mean, obviously there's always the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, but usually I don't know. Usually I like to be the maverick, right? The one that usually does not do the same kind of news that everybody is like rehashing on all the time, right? Because let's face it, you go to, and I'm not saying anything bad about any of these other reviewers. I honestly am not. But, you go to like, I don't know, like say Doomcock or Nerdronic or, or a lot of other people. Great that they're reporting the news, and that's pretty much, is what matters, that the word gets out, right? That people are reporting this kind of thing. How is your GoFundMe going? So far, it's going really, really great. I thank a lot of you people out there for your support, to basically help my family keep a roof over our head. If you care to help out in any way, whoever is listening, the link is below. I just want to say, just give whatever you're capable of giving. I don't want to say, I don't want to pull the how should I put it? The televangelist. So, you know, and so, give, people, you have to give. I need you to give what the Spirit says, and I need you to give 500, maybe $1,000 or something like that to buy your way into heaven, because I'm not that kind of guy to do that kind of thing. And that, to me, that is just, God, it's almost bordering on criminal. It's like, I remember this story in the Bible, in the New Testament. I forget if it was Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, but where Jesus went to the temple and basically everybody was hawking their wares, and you know and Christ was like, nah, we're not having that. You're not turning in, my father's place into a cesspool of you know hawking your merchandise, so to speak. Um so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, if you are capable of giving something, I really appreciate it. I appreciate so many people out there that have helped me out. And to be extremely honest, it's a good reminder out there that there are a lot of people that actually do care about one another. And that's the way we should be as humanity. There's a lot of movies and shows that keep on going on about this kind of thing, how we're supposed to treat everybody equal and good and stuff like that. But in reality, do we honestly really do it? And I'm not trying to make the focus on me. I'm really not, because I at first, and you know what? And shout out, I do want to give a shout out to Snail Messiah. I don't know if he's in the chat yet or if he might show up later on, but Dave, don't worry about it. Sorry, I can't help issues myself. Dave, you know what? Don't worry. If you can't, that's okay. If you got your own things to deal with, that's cool. You know what? And I don't want you to feel bad about it. But anyway, I was getting back to Snail Messiah, because he won the 250 subscriber giveaway that I did. And I just mentioned to him that, hey, your package is on its way. Now I got to figure out a few things of my own, which is, this issue right here. And I really want to stop, but I do like to give an accurate story out. So he's like, dude, what's going on? So I explained it to him, and he's like, dude, then you shouldn't be sending me a package. It's like, no, I already had the money set aside. Plus, with Canada Post, I have a business account. So it only basically cost me $20 to send his package out, and he's the one that encouraged me. There's no shame in this. Everybody needs help. So, do it, and do it now, and I'll help, spread the word. And Dave, you're on disability. Well, I really honestly hope that you get the help as well that you need. And, and I feel for you, bud. I really do. If there's a way I can help, then please let me know. I will try to do anything I can in my power to help you. And Psychosis, hail Psychosis, and Bumblehyde, sup, dude? Great to see you guys here tonight. That's right. I should have done that better. What's up? so yeah, that was it. It was Snail Messiah that really encouraged and said, hey, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Usually I get this picture in my head, that people might judge me about, not being a man or whatever. So anyway, thank you all. For those of you that do, there's a link in the description. It's been going pretty good. Pretty much not that far away from the goal. Like very, very close. So, and literally in less than a week. So, you know what? Thank you for helping each and every one of you, and thank you for helping my family. It means a lot, and it does rather revive your faith in humanity and the goodness that is out there. Um so anyway, like it says in the description, hey, it's a chat with chatting about chatting with a chat. So you know what? The past few times, what is this? Is this like chat number 6 or is it 7? I'm not exactly sure. So I'm gonna have to like recheck the whole count on the whole thing. But you know what? I thought I'm gonna leave this up to you guys, and whoever picks a topic to talk about, you know what? Let's talk about it. Um and Dave, thanks, but fine just means no Transformers for 5 months. Yeah, you know, yeah. It's a chat. God, I can't even pronounce that. Chatastrophe. Chatastrophe. Oh God, that's a tongue twister. I'm gonna pull a hernia trying to pronounce that. So, yeah, you know what? How about this? I'll start out, okay? Because it's the news that everybody is pretty much almost talking about. And no, I don't mean the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, because we've heard enough about all that. And, I don't feel like talking about essentially who crapped the bed. So, yeah. Uh, what's been going on? God, there's so many things to pick. Okay. Snuckle Fricklepuss. Star Wars. Oh God, yeah, that's right. Because because Obi-Wan's coming at the end of this week. What is it? Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow I believe it's Miss Marvel coming out, and then I believe on Friday is Obi-Wan. That should be coming really soon. So, because originally it was scheduled to come after Miss Marvel, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna put it 2 days after." Um, okay, yeah. So Lucasfilm, and this is, oh my God, I can't believe they actually put this out. So quite recently, over the past, I don't know, 24, 48 hours, there's been multiple news articles coming out that Lucasfilm is basically prepping everyone. So get ready, people, because it's coming. The racist backlash to actress what's her name, Moses Ingram, in the Obi-Wan show coming out, right? And I'm like, what? So Lucasfilm is essentially preemptively, before anybody has seen the show, already saying essentially, oh, you white people, you you're not going to be liking it because it has a black woman in it. And I'm thinking, what the actual frig? I want to say the other F word, but it's YouTube and I don't want to end up getting, a slap on the pee-pee. So, yeah, psychosis. Yeah, I'm not watching Star Wars The Inquisitor. Oh my God. You know what? I do want to see it, but I want it to be good. You think Obi-Wan and Anakin are going to fight in the sand? Bumblehide? I don't know, because it's coarse. It gets everywhere, especially in those unmentionable places. Um, which I don't want to mention. And if you got that slight reference, okay, then yes, you are a fan. So oh, go be a yeah, you know what? I should just say frack because technically it's not really swearing and you will get the message anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking, what the fracking hell is this? Are you kidding me? You're preemptively going ahead and saying that essentially people are going to go ahead and be racist anyway just because it has a black woman. You know what? We covered this like last week. Racism pretty much in media and overall in general, okay, was already done and over with. People don't make it an issue unless they try to profit from it, okay? Now, to get back to Bumblehide and his comment, okay? Because I'm just gonna, and I will say frack, okay? Are they gonna fight in the sand? Well, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave this up to you. I'm gonna show you something here because I did manage to get this, and I don't know if anybody else has seen this yet, but this is footage from the Kenobi series, and I'm just going to put this here. All right, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Ready? And 3, 2. So we got Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. And it looks like sand in the background. So let's watch this again. So it does look like that there is going to be, for sure, a fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. So hopefully all of you can see this. But yeah, this is going to be quite the thing. I don't know why Lucasfilm would go ahead and say something like that our Star Wars community is one based on hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Christina Ariel. Well, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do about her because let's put it this way. There was a little bit of a couple of tweets that she did. Well, it was a few months ago. Or no, actually, more like a couple of years ago. White people, fracking stop it. Your racism won't save you. Your arrogance is not an excuse. Or we have another tweet that goes on. White conservatives, please stop invoking racism like you give a beep. You don't. You just want to be able to say, what about, when someone calls out 45, meaning Trump, and his blatant racism. And yet another one. Just a reminder that white women are just as complicit in upholding and enforcing white supremacy. And then Star Wars has the balls to say this, of hope and inclusivity, and we do not stand for bullying and racism. We support yada, yada, yada. Are you fracking kidding me? I don't give a crap what race you are. Just play your freaking role. If the story's good, super. You know, this almost reminds me of when James Gunn, like years ago, when he put out a few tweets, about little boys and whatnot, which eventually got him fired from Disney and doing Guardians of the Galaxy. But you know what? He did apologize. And it's like, yeah, these were supposed to be jokes, although they were, not really good jokes. Let's put it that way. All was kind of forgiven. And the stars also kind of threatened to walk off set if they didn't let him back in. You know, Chris Pratt really went up to bat for him. And they all really put their necks on the line, so to speak, and stood up for him. And so far, I'm not really seeing anything like this. And this seems more like a Kathleen Kennedy kind of thing, where it's like, oh, we're just going to blame the fandom if this isn't successful. Holy, they are good. Yes, they are going to fight. They are going to fight. Sam's probably going to get in Anakin's gears, so. And Lenrod, I don't always get called a racist, but when I do, it means I just won an argument with a Wookiee. With a Wookiee. God, agreed. It's the last resort, isn't it? Yeah, Bubblehead. I don't care what race, as long as the actors don't look like they're just cosplaying. Exactly. And yeah, Lenrod, again, it's all projection. They're all racists. Yeah, it almost seems like that. Pretty much the one that doth protest too much seems to be the one doing the accusing. But it's ridiculous. You can't just preemptively say because your show does bad, it's because racism, or it's because homophobia, or it's because you're transphobic, or because you're XYZ. That's just the most retarded move ever. If your story tanks, it's because your story was a fracking piece of crap. It's all that it was. Let the numbers don't lie, right? Unless you count elections. But they don't. They really honestly don't. With what's been going on, God, for pretty much almost half a year. Let's put it that way. Okay. Let's just say half a year. Just to say half a year roughly. But with what's going on with Disney and what's going on with the whole Rainbow Mafia thing, we're gonna, push what we're gonna push because we can push it. And if any of you have seen those videos, yeah, they're on my channel, and pretty much the whole thing is exposed right there. But no, you're making the bed, and now you're gonna have to lie in it. It's ridiculous. You don't get to do that, Disney. You don't get to. No, you know what? I shouldn't say Disney. I should say Lucasfilm, because that's what it is. It's purely Lucasfilm. It's Kathleen Kennedy, because for all we know, she's still at the top. She's the one calling the shots. So she's got to be the one responsible. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. So it's her. They gotta. That's right. They're pulling an Amber Heard. They got a poo in the bed. Is droid liberation considered woke? Do you want to be taken over by Terminators? I don't know. So, you saw what happened in Terminator. You know what? Oh God. That's an interesting comment. Okay. You know what? Here's okay. Huh. IG-88 is a is an assassin droid. Okay. So he's obviously, allowed to go willy-nilly, wherever he wants to go in the galaxy, obviously collecting bounties. So, hmm, is he a liberated droid, or is he just programmed to believe that that he can just go willy-nilly wherever he wants, that is he programmed to think that he's liberated? That's, what? That's an interesting question. Um and I never kind of thought about that. The message is kind of woke because it's like, I don't have any liberties to do whatever I want to do. Well, you're a droid, so you were built for a purpose. So, do your job what you were made to do. So, um, hmm. Oh, hey, Chauncey, how's it going? Nice to see you here. I would consider droid liberation more like a death wish. Um, yeah, because we've all seen Terminators. I suppose there's no way around the whole Terminator friggin' thing, because we all know how it ends up, right? God. And Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000. G'day. Great to see you here. Nice to have you here, you guys. Um, yeah, I don't know. The fact that I forget what the droid's name was in Solo, but how she was quote unquote in love with Lando, that was just weird. I don't I don't see how that could have developed, because somewhere's in the back of my head, I'm thinking, first of all, are droids totally self-aware? I would kind of argue that they are, but emotional? See, I don't know. Like, as much of a fan of Star Wars, that I like to think that I am, I don't think anybody's really gotten into the inner workings of mecha programming in the Star Wars universe, right? Are the feelings actually genuine, or or are they just programmed to believe that they can fall in love? I don't know. That's something that is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, so to speak. So, yeah. Um, what else has been going on in the news? Well, let's see. What I kind of covered yesterday, I suppose, with this whole uh Power Ranger, Death Ranger thing being non-binary. Oh my god. How, just when you think that the last vestiges of comicdom out there, um just when you thought that there was quite possibly one last kind of comic book series out there, um you're suddenly proven wrong. And like I said, I'm not a big Power Rangers fan. Never really have been, because, like I said, I saw it as a ripoff from the Japanese series, and quote unquote Americanized it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I think that sometimes when writers start writing a character, they really honestly don't think of anything of a backstory. They just do it and then worry about the problems later on, or something like that. Um, Johnsy, if they need a restraining bolt, I would assume that they could choose to get you. Yeah. I suppose that's what the restraining bolt is for. Yeah, that's true. So, Dave, oh my God, got the news on Twitter. 21 people are dead in that school in the USA. 18 kids, bless them. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, big shooting. I think a teacher and 18 students dead. What was it, Texas or something like that? God, that's just horrible. Horrible. Oh, hey, anti-derivative Jill. Nice to see ya. Nice that you can drop in. What are we chatting about? Well, let's see. We were chatting about Star Wars and the preemptive blame on um what Lucasfilm is doing, like preemptively blaming the the white boys um out there for being racist, basically, if the show doesn't do any good, right? um anyway, so that's what we're talking about. As for Texas, God, how convenient that it happens in midterms, right? Not that I'm trying to minimize what is going on in Texas. I mean, God, my God, that is a shame. Dear Lord, 18 kids just gone like that. Um, that are not going to be able to live out the rest of their lives. I mean, my God, that's just it's not right. This is not right. Yeah, and Bumblehead, yeah, and the shooter was 18-year-old too. Like, frig. You know what? The one way I kind of see it with this is, and I know I don't live in the States, but you see similar things reflected up here in Canada, is that with all the screwing around they're doing in the school system with filling students' heads up with so much stupid crap to the point that they don't even know if they're coming or going. You know, if you confuse them about everything that they are fundamentally, yeah, don't be surprised you get this kind of reaction. You know, this is not right. This this never happened when I was a kid. You know, if I was kind of talking about this on a podcast with a couple of other guys. Um and if you guys want to subscribe, it's the podcast is called on YouTube, and now you went and made it awkward. So it's myself and two other guys, Ricky from Nerd Rage Radio, and Shoki. You can check out his channel too. He does a lot of reviews and movies and Gundams and stuff like that, and we kind of touched up a little bit on how sort of kind of each one of us grew up. And obviously, I grew up in the 80s, obviously, and I'm just aging myself right now. But if we got bullied, first of all, yeah, being in Canada, it's not like you could just walk out and get a gun or something like that and shoot up the place. But I didn't even really, you didn't hear of this stuff all of a sudden just happening. Teachers didn't really screw up your heads. I mean, my teachers weren't exactly the best, but dear God, this is not right, because every time I think of something like this happening, I got kids, and I got our oldest one, my stepdaughter. She is 31. No, 30. She's going to be 30. And our oldest, she is going to be 27. No, sorry, 26. And then 24 and 23. Our son being the oldest, well, the youngest of the three, four oldest, and then we have a 12-year-old daughter on top of that, and yeah, I mean, every time I hear something like this, I just thank God that it's kept my kids that he's kept my kids safe for all these years, and that they're safe now, and how much I really don't want anything happening to them while they're out in the world. And then I think about the parents, um now that their kids are gone, and God almighty, I really honestly would not like to be in their shoes. And damn, I'm you know on one hand, in their later school years, we took them out of public school and we decided to homeschool them. And I think, as hard as it is as a parent, um, and as hard as it is to keep consistent with their studies, it was the best thing that we did for them, uh, to get them out of that programming, so to speak. And you know what? Crap. If that were to happen today with my kids in school, I just would lose it. I would be gone. So yeah, any derivative deal. Yeah, I have kids too. This is awful. The worst I had were bomb threats. Oh my god, are you serious? After 9/11, but it was just kids buying ghost phones to get out of school. Oh, jeez. How how can that not screw up your head? I'm serious. Like, I know that when you're younger, kids don't think. I mean, we didn't, not much. Well, I mean, sometimes we did, but oh god, that just must have just stressed you to high heaven. God almighty. Dave, so old. I remember when Madonna called was called young, hot, up and coming star. Oh my god, yeah. So you're probably about, let's put it this way, you're probably as old as I am then. So yeah, remember when Madonna was she went ahead, she was called Boy Toy. Yeah, god, I remember that. Um yeah, too many kids today are unwanted accidents from random flings. Yeah, that's true. Tell me about it. It's like morals all of a sudden just, went out the door. Um, I remember getting free days off from bomb threats in school. Really? God, I wish somebody bomb threatened my school. I would have liked to have gotten a free day. That would have been awesome. Um, yeah. God, why didn't that ever happen to me? Come to think of it, a lot of other news reports of just, these, to use the term roughly, loosely, teachers that are getting arrested for having a little tete-a-tete with their students. Why didn't this happen when I was a kid? But then again, I was always the one that was picked on. So, and the only one-on-one confrontation I had with a teacher was my English teacher, which we all called Bootlips Anning, Mrs. Anning, Bootlips Anning, English teacher. And God, I hated her. Oh, I just couldn't stand her. Whenever she talked, and especially if you were like basically right in front of her as she was standing up in front of the class, this ball of spit would just kind of form on the bottom of her lip, and you would hope to God that she was not standing in front of you as she was teaching a class, that it would start to fling right at you, right? I hated it. Hated my teachers, most of them, except my French teacher, um, Mrs. Johnson. She was quite a dish. I think some of us had fantasies. And yeah, being the French teacher, why not, right? Anyway, that's I don't want to get into that. Jack Lumen. Hail, dude. Nice to see you here tonight. I think we kind of pleasantly got off of topic, but we're talking, and this is what it's about. But yeah, you know what? I really feel so horrible for the parents in Texas. This is not something that should happen in any school whatsoever. Um yeah, my heart really honestly as a parent really truly goes out to them, and that's not cool. That should never happen. Yeah, god. So what else has been going on in the news? Let's see. So we got Star Wars doing the preemptive all white people are racist and therefore if they hate the show, that's the reason why. Then we had the non-binary Power Rangers Death Ranger character that's coming up. Oh yes, that's right. And the other video that I came out with on Saturday, Jinkies, Velma. My God, Velma from Scooby Doo. That's right. Well, damn, you knew it had to happen eventually, right? Um, yes, we are having fun, and that's a good thing, and that's what we need because you know what? In the darkness of everything that's happening, we have to find some sort of light and bitch and complain in a humorous kind of fashion if we can. Um, and so Jack Lumen, yeah. So when I moved from a cowtown, I was almost going to say cowtown because that's what they call Calgary, to a nearby rural city. Several girls in my fifth grade class thought Madonna was just hot shit and tried to dress like her. You know what? Yeah, I think almost every girl to a certain degree in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, really wanted to dress like Madonna. That influence was like everywhere. Um, Not that it was necessarily a bad thing, because it wasn't. And I have many young man fantasies about that kind of thing way back when. But again, I was the one that was picked on, so that was totally out of the question. Um, so yeah, uh, Jinkies, Velma, yeah, she's race swapped because why? Why not? We need to make this an adult show because hey, it worked out so well for Poison Ivy and what's her face, friggin' Harley Quinn. Because we need to see them in some sort of lesbianic love embrace, even though really technically that really was never really shown in the comics until probably like what maybe a couple of years ago when the whole message had to get out and retcon everything because Joker's a bad person and he's just an abuser and blah 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 with Harley Quinn. She's an independent woman. Ugh. Just write a damn comic that's entertaining. But no, now we have to have Velma in in her own HBO Max for adults show with scooped out brains like they were Rocky Road ice cream and yeah, it's even though she's a teen or a budding teenager, let's put him in adult situations like that with like pretty much near gratuitous although cartoon action. um oh and of course because what was it, Mindy Kaling is what, South, I know she's South Asian something, I can't right now immediately put my finger on it, but just to kowtow to whatever ethnicity that she is, and I'm not bashing her, I'm just saying let's kowtow and make Velma the same way because reasons, right? It's what we got to do. She says jump, we say how high. How about that? Um oh God. I'm so sick of everything. It just it almost makes me want to just not watch a single damn thing. I did like Scooby-Doo when I was younger. It was okay. And then I think probably until maybe the late 90s, you just saw Scooby-Doo everywhere. And I think it was just maybe it was just me, but I thought it was like starting to really get oversaturated. And I just kind of like was like, oh well, woohoo, more Scooby-Doo. It's like, all right, fine, whatever. Um the first movie, I guess, was kind of okay. It was like the big fad that they were trying to do because they did it with like what Brady Bunch and yeah. So let's make a Scooby Doo movie, and the whole retro movie thing was like going on, and I suppose that was okay, but pff, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just no, just stop, just stop. It's God, I can't because if I do, I'll probably go into some sort of coronary occlusion or something like that. So, and just my head will explode or whatever. Um, so that being said, she was hot. Madonna was hot. And now she's in her 60s and she's, I don't know, just making remakes of that one song Frozen constantly and remixing it. So, you know what? Her career's done. And she's over and done with. Yeah, Hanna-Barbera oversaturated the Scooby-Doo theme long ago. Look at all the spin-offs. Right? Thank you. I mean, what? There's like the big crossover with Batman. I do know that much. Um, what else was there? Trying to think. I mean, there was the movies. There was Scooby-Doo and Batman, The Brave and the Bold. Then what was it? I think there was like some sort of episode, Clone High. Somebody had told me once somewhere. I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah. Um a Mexican Iron Man stylized rant. You know what? Psychosis. I Oh God, I know that pretty much if us two were to get on the same chat somehow, we would probably both start ranting at the same time. And on top of that, each one of us would probably end up supporting the other in a continued rant that would probably go on for like maybe 15 minutes. I know it would probably happen that way because I think we pretty much think along the same lines. And then once we get going, there's like absolutely no stopping whatsoever. Um, so, so I would have that going. God, I would just love to do that. I think I was on with him for a short time. I believe it was on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. That was hilarious, along with Clobby. So that was fun. And I do got to say, yes, Clobby, if you happen to be listening to this one day, it was extremely nice talking to you on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Hashtag go check out 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. So, yeah. Plus, on top of that, it would need an R rating. Exactly, because I wouldn't be saying frack. I'd be saying something else. So, and it would be on somebody else's channel, so they would get the hit. No, and I wouldn't want to do that. So, okay, what else has been going on? We got also Thor, Love and Thunder, and the trailer. Actually, I suppose I can say two trailers right now that's been coming out. What is what is everybody's thought on this? I'm gonna have to say, I'm first of all, I'm mixed on this, right? Because part of me is saying, Christian Bale, that is going to be playing Gore the God Butcher. Okay, excuse me. Great character. Actually, you can say it on the panel, just not on the chat. I suppose. I'm trying to keep it clean, Jill. Okay, God the God Butcher. For some odd reason, I'm getting this vibe that with the current state of the whole MCU, or as a lot of people would like to call it, the MCU, and let's face it, it's what's happening. It really can't be denied. I don't care what anybody says, but I'm pretty sure that, the majority of you pretty much almost agree with with it. I have this thought that Gore the God Butcher, who incidentally almost looks like Voldemort, I'm sorry, although he looks pretty good, I have a strong feeling that he's going to kill male Thor and leave Lady Thor. I'm not going to say the mighty Thor because that's Thor, right? I'm sorry. So I'm just going to call her Lady Thor. And thereby making the MCU even more she-ish. That's what I suspect what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. When what's his face? The one that's directing it, the Taika Waititi or whatever his name is. I'm sorry. I know I'm butchering the name. Just off the top of my head, I can't think of it, but you know exactly who I mean. Yeah, I should probably call it that. Thorette. Yeah. He didn't do a bad job on Ragnarok. It was okay. I do like the occasional humor. Don't get me wrong, but it almost made, to me, and that's just my opinion, it almost made Thor like kind of too much of a goof, if you know what I mean, right? Oh my God, Lenrod, MCU, oh, frig. Which is also kind of funny because a couple of days ago, I took the wife to see a bunch of sheep because she is a photographer and wanted to do a scene with sheep and lambs. And yeah, so, but, in the comic, Thor, especially during the Walt Simonson era, and I love the Walt Simonson Thor, um, Thor, mighty, thunder god, didn't take crap from anyone. He was humble on top of that, but he wasn't portrayed as this bumbling goof at times. Sure, he could take a joke and stuff like that, just like any other guy. But not like how they're kind of portraying him now on screen. I mean, Infinity War was bad enough. It's like, having the whole Big Lebowski kind of dad bod gut kind of thing going on. But and thank you, Jill. Butchering names in this case is probably fine. Yes, it probably is. As long as you guys know exactly who I'm talking about, that's fine. But now it's slowly becoming that, you're looking like a big goof, kind of like a big dope kind of thing. Yeah. To the point where, I know there are some scenes in the trailer that, make you laugh, and I get the joke kind of thing. But I really honestly think that Gore the God Butcher is going to kill, the mighty Thor, male Thor, thus leaving behind she Thor, Thorette to quote Lenrod, um, and no psychosis. I am not over the line, but I don't know. I want to like this Thor movie. I'm really hoping that this is not the case. But with the current track record that's going on, I'm not going to be surprised if either Thor takes a sword through the chest and handing over that mantle to Lady Thor, um, or he's like, you know what, I'm going to go find myself out in the cosmos, and I'm going to reflect on life, because I'm almost getting that vibe as well. Um, part of me wants to give up on movies, but the other part is just that damn curiosity that needs to know. Jack Lumen, yeah, I've rather given up on movies for right now. Yeah, you know what? And I don't blame you. Dave, he could go one on one with exactly. Do another Hulk fighting fest kind of thing. I don't know. There's so many stories to pick from. But yeah, I have this stupid and exactly what Lenrod is saying. Morbid curiosity. Yeah, and that's what I got. And that's so unfortunate because we've had at this point pretty much 60 years of Marvel comics, and there's a crap ton of stories to pick from. And I get that these actors are, they are aging. Sure, I understand that. But don't tell me you can't maybe be digitally keep them the same age for quite a while. You could do that. I mean, they've done it with Luke Skywalker. Come on, in Mandalorian season 2. Jack Lumen. I'm still rather poor. Can't afford 4K this. And the other that me talks about, I haven't even upgraded to Blu-ray. You know what? Don't feel so bad. I just got a Blu-ray. Believe it or not, 6-7 years ago, and I still have it, and it's slowly kind of crapping out on me. But you know what? I haven't really bought a lot of Blu-rays to make it even worthwhile, because it's almost not worth buying any movies because just the majority of them are just so bad. And if I do, I'll just get them on DVD anyway, whatever. Case in point, and if Bumble I was going to say Bumble Jumper, but it's not the name. Oh, you know what? And sorry, Grifter. Hail, Grifter. You know what? I just noticed that you were here as well, so I'm sorry I didn't say hi. So I'm saying hi right now. But anyway, Bumblehide. Maybe some of you here, like also Dave as well, Transformers fans, and I kind of pride myself on having a good, nice, complete collection. Probably if some of you are the same way, you know what I mean. But I got the Transformers movies, the Michael Bay ones. Yes, you can go ahead and throw your tomatoes right now, only because I got the cartoon DVDs, so I kind of thought a video collection would be nice as well. But I didn't even get the last Transformer movie or even the Bumblebee movie, and that movie was good. That movie was actually really good. I liked the Bumblebee movie, but I haven't bought movies in a long time because they're just so drab or they're just awful. And and I shouldn't be saying this, but I would just rather download a movie from a torrent site. Yes, go ahead and say it. Oh my God, you're pirating. Only because out of, again, morbid curiosity. Thank you, Lenrod. Um, Grifter, no problem. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Um, that, you know what? I just want to check it out to see if it actually is any good. And then if it is, and I can see myself um watching it over and over again, I'll buy it. Yes, they actually still do exist, Bumblehide. but uh, but no, you know what? I bought in the last two Guardians of the Galaxy movie because I do like Guardians of the Galaxy. Plus, on top of that, I like Chris Pratt. I do. He's a great actor. He brings a lot of fun to movies. So I didn't mind buying those, but and I got Captain America: The First Avengers. That was great. Um, but I don't feel the pull to buy movies, and so I'll download them and I'll put them on a backup drive, and I can save them as as high def 1080p movies and just watch it on my TV that way. Because I just feel the way that Hollywood is going ahead and spreading the message, they're not going to get a dime from me to buy their movies. If I want to see it in the movie theater, if I really honestly am hearing good things about a movie, then I'll go to the movie theater, I'll watch it, right? No harm, no foul. If I like it, and if I can see myself watching it over and over again, like, say, for example, all the Indiana Jones movies, except maybe the last one, or Star Wars, except for the last three. Um, then yeah, I'll buy it. You got my money then, right? You got me hooked. That's fine. Um, and yeah, I bought Spider-Man No Way Home and Uncharted because Tom Holland. Yeah, so you know what? If you enjoy it, and like I've said before, if you enjoy it, you win. Um, yeah, Andy Driver to Jill. Yeah, Chris Pratt. He's a fun actor. And you know what? Um, I really hope that this new I was almost gonna say Jurassic Park, but it's Jurassic World. Because obviously he is in it. Uh, along with Dr. Grant, and pretty much going on nostalgia reasons, hitting those nostalgia chords. Um, I really hope that this is a good movie. Because you know what? If it is, and they're saying that this is supposed to be it for the Jurassic movies, I can see myself buying the whole set. It's not that bad. Um, I think it's nicely written. So far, all six movies. Of course, we haven't seen the latest one yet, but soon. So my expectations are that it's going to be just as good as the other ones. Sure, they all can't be winners. Like maybe the third one, Jurassic Park. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. You know, but yeah, I'm only because I like big dinosaurs. And on top of that, big dinosaurs eating people. It's fun to see that kind of stuff, especially when you're a kid. So, and especially the lawyer bit, and you know exactly which part I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's hilarious. Grifter. Yeah, I watched the Tomorrow War 3 times. You know what? It was a pretty decent movie. I'm not going to say it was a big blockbuster hit, but you know what? I think it was pretty damn good. It was really good. I did not hate it. I thought it was pretty well written. It was pretty smartly written. Um yeah, I mean that was a good movie. Um and yes, Dave, people are trying to get Chris Pratt fired. I know, right? Only because see, Chris Pratt is very open about his his belief in God, his Christianity. And also, congratulations, Chris Pratt, for having another child. I forget if it's a boy or girl, but it's not the point. Has another child. So, Chris Pratt, if you ever in the infinity of ever hear this, congratulations on your new child. But yeah, he's open about his faith, and the way people attack him, especially what's her name, that Ellen Page, the one that's in Umbrella Academy and has been in a few other movies. I'm not going to say Elliot Page because I'm not going to kowtow to somebody's delusion believing that they're a boy when they're actually a girl, because DNA does not lie and you can't change DNA. So, or the church that he goes to is homophobic and blah blah blah. Guess what? You don't get to bitch about somebody's belief because you want somebody to kowtow to your belief, believing that you're something that you're not. So you don't get to bitch at Chris Pratt for what he believes in. You don't. Because you know what? Okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you don't like that, Ellen. Bubblehide. Yeah, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. That is, yes. So there you go. Again, quality movies that I don't mind buying. And they were. I just dread the Amazon version coming out. Lenrod. There's been enough movies in the series so that it's now Cretaceous Park. Frank. Oh my god. I love the Velocicoaster at Universal. I've never heard of this. So that's a new one on me. I didn't know they had a Velocicoaster. So do you ride with velociraptors, or are they just shaped like velociraptors? Yeah, so yeah, people are constantly trying to cancel him, and you know what? It's not working, which is also really nice to see. It's not working. You know why? Because he treats everybody that he comes across like a human being, right? It's kind of like what the Bible says. Treat others the way you want to be treated yourself. And he does that. He doesn't go out of his way just to, willy-nilly attack somebody. He doesn't do that. He treats everybody like a decent human being. And that's the reason, because a lot of other people, like, say, Mark Ruffalo, that, as outspoken as he can be, and very, very liberal minded, along with, say, Chris Evans, and a few others, that have very pairs of thought, but they have very liberal views. But they all say about Chris Pratt, he is an extremely decent human being. And that's what needs to happen more. How can we call ourselves a civilization if we can't even be civilized to each other? There you go. It's as simple as that. Dave, I never watch any of them for more than an hour. Well, and you know what? And that's okay. That's cool. Like I said before, well, if you like it, you win. According to YouTube, you started streaming 6 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I'm so long-winded that this actually is an hour, 9 minutes, and 25 seconds when it was actually 6 minutes. So I fill a lot of content in 6 minutes. There you go. I've had so much to say and felt like it's been over an hour already when it's actually been 6 minutes. So So yeah, okay. So back to Thor, which what we were talking about already. If anybody caught it, there's there's one scene where Zeus pretty much snaps his fingers and removes all of Thor's clothing. And you know what? Where's the outrage from feminists on that, right? I thought the scene was rather funny, and I know I totally got off of topic, but but yeah, I'm really thinking, I'm really hoping and praying that, you know, that in the end they don't make Thor essentially, the bitch, and let him die like some sort of dog. I'm sure they'll probably, if they do decide to kill him off, in a heroic type of fashion, um, that yeah, he might actually get killed. Oh, and let's not forget also, Tessa Thompson's character is my God, is King Valkyrie. What's wrong with just calling her queen? I'm sorry. Um, Thank you. Yes, it has been an incredible 6 minutes, hasn't it? Yes, I have broken the time space continuum as my rants continue to do that, because every time I start to rant and rave, um, my wife tries to plug her ears. So maybe she's trying to keep grounded in this reality. So, yeah, so Tessa Thompson's character, King Valkyrie, like, I think you got something mixed up. It should be Queen because technically she's a female, unless, of course, her character is going to identify with he, him. So if that's the case, wow, um, they've just even more jumped the shark, I suppose you could say. So I don't know. Holding out maybe a little bit of hope that they're not just going to totally kill him off like a dog. So, um, which I suppose, what else has happened this week? Doctor Who. Yeah. Doctor Who. Um I don't know. I know Russell T Davies is back, and he's done a lot of good things with Doctor Who. I'm going to say that. I think there's a little bit of a war going on between Sony and BBC, and the BBC and Bad Wolf Productions. First of all, you got this character Rose that's going to be introduced, and I don't know why a lot of people are flipping out saying that, oh my God, they're just totally retconning Rose and they're going to switch her gender. I think this is pretty much a new Rose. So, it's like how many people do you know that are called Mike or David or Phil or or Jill or Betty or whatever, right? So I don't think this is obviously the same Rose that everybody was going on about. Um However, the one that is playing Rose, apparently, this is a transgender actor. So, okay. Um, Apparently, this is also going to be launching a very gay, very trans Doctor Who as well. So, I don't know. I don't know. I want to say that now that Chibnall is out, that Russell T Davies is going to make everything better. Um, but I think there was a recent interview where the guy that's playing the new Doctor, and I can't think of obviously the name right off the top of my head, but was starting to use the words like inclusive and and words along that nature. Um, you know, people of marginal uh backgrounds and inclusivity and stuff like that. I'll see if I can do a run on that. But now you're introducing a trans character, so I'm thinking, you know what? Okay, there's probably not going to be much that is changing in this show. Probably, I don't think he's really going to retcon it whatsoever. I guess at this point. Oh, Lenrod, yeah. Um, trans who? Yeah, the actor is named Yasmin Finney. So, and her character is going to be named Rose. And apparently, this actor is transgender on top of that. So, he is technically a biological male that basically believes he's a female. And apparently, Davies could not be happier with the whole casting decision. So, I really, God, I've loved Doctor Who since I was a kid. I've literally have seen every episode. Oh, as I put my face into my hands in disbelief. Yeah, inclusive and marginalized. Yeah, those are totally the red flag words right there. Yeah. I am not racist whatsoever. I think you guys pretty much by now know that. Couldn't care if you're white or brown or tan or yellow or purple with pink polka dots or whatever. I think this is essentially, more of the proverbial boxes that are checked. Okay, we've had a white female doctor. Check. Now let's get a gay black doctor with a transgender companion. Oh, sweet mother of God. I gotta. Oh, I'm sorry, psychosis. I totally forgot about the chartreuse people out there. Forgive me. Please don't send hate mail. I will kowtow to the chartreuse people and Lenrod. Yeah, I'm not racist. I own a color TV. Exactly, right? How could I be? I own a Roku. I get a Roku. I don't have cable. I'm sick and tired of cable. And on Roku, because you can watch, live Roku. You can watch old Doctor Who episodes, and they have a channel where you can watch old Doctor Who episodes. So I choose to watch old Doctor Who episodes. Oh, and that was the other thing. Remember that one during the Chibnall era of debauchery, where you had this supposedly future doctor that was in there, that was like some big black woman or something like that appeared. Any of you remember that? Apparently Doctor Who, the BBC, has declared that she is the first doctor. The first doctor. So, wait, I missed something. What's happening to Doctor Who? Russell T Davies really isn't going to save Doctor Who. So basically, check boxes were checked. And so transgender companion along with, I believe, black gay doctor. Not that I have a problem with a black doctor. I couldn't care less. but black gay doctor. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much just to catch you up. So that's what's going on. Um, yeah, so that's now you have to put that final nail in the coffin. Let's make her the actual first doctor. Forget William Hartnell. No, no, no. No. We have to make a person of color and a woman on top of that to take the number one spot, because after all, this is 2022, and if you're not with that, well then all of you are just a bunch of troglodytes that are living in the archaic past, and you are not hip to the times. So there, he said with an air of sarcasm in his voice. Um, and Lenrod, yeah, a gay doctor would provide some funny moments, but they will write him as poorly as possible. Yeah, I'm that might be. Um, and Psychosis says, I know I'm going to disappoint many with this statement, but I have never seen The Doctor and I refuse to pay BBC to watch it. You know what? I No, you know what? I am not disappointed by that statement. That's okay. You know what? If you're not into Doctor Who, that's cool. It's we're not asking you that, oh my god, you haven't checked it out. You have to go check it out. Check it out now. Go watch 60 years of Doctor Who right at this moment. Uh so yes, Psychosis, if you don't do that, you're a racist, homophobe, whatever ite. Uh, Wendy Webb, glad to see you here. What's up? Yeah, well, let's see. That's a tall drink of water to be telling you what's up. So we have gone through Thor, and we're currently talking about Doctor Who, and we were talking about let's see, the non-binary Power Ranger, and then we were talking about Velma. And then we were talking about, let's see, in the beginning, the preemptive attack from Lucasfilm declaring pretty much every white person a racist if they don't like Obi-Wan, which is coming up. So I tried my best to catch you up. Yeah. So, and this is pretty much supposed to be the chatter's choice today. Yeah, whatever. So, Dave, now if you say you hate Transformers, then we have an issue. Why do you think my avatar is Star Saber? So, I don't think there will ever be an issue. Yes, all caught up. Great. So, yeah, welcome to the chat. Great to have you here. So, oh yes, also, even though this chat has been going on for an hour and 23 minutes 30 seconds, I managed to fill up pretty much only 6 minutes of time. So, as was mentioned earlier, I like to fill a lot of content in a short amount of time. So therefore, I've also broken the time space continuum. Um, that was the only way I could fill so much content. So, yeah. So Doctor Who. I don't know. I really honestly don't know if this is going to be a smoke and mirrors kind of thing by Russell T Davies, because apparently Sony is really not going to have any of this crap anymore, of this, whole woke agenda kind of blah, blah, blah thing. And I suppose because BBC has just been so used to having and running Doctor Who that they still want their whole say and their whole piece of the pie. So I don't know. I really don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see when when that cow of an actress that just rambles on and on and on, that is false Doctor Who, um, is gone to really see what is going on. So, um, what else has been going on over this past week? Well, let's see. The Predator trailer came out. So, um, I oh god. I'm not going to say this is going to be a bad movie. I'm not, because I don't know if some of you do know, this has been filmed in Alberta, mostly in Alberta. You know, when the whole coup thing was going on, um, Premier Kenny here in Alberta did open up the province for, you know, for filming, because, you know, things had to get done and whatnot. And I guess Fox just probably threw a lot of money his way. So please let us film. So the new Predator movie, yes, was filmed here in Alberta. Um, I did get to sneak on set. Um, this is before I signed up with an agency, because I do know a few people here and there. And if any of you have caught any of my previous videos, I do know a producer, so you know I do get a little bit of information here and there. Um, so I did manage to see a few things on set. So yeah, it's going to be a female predator against a female Cherokee Indian. And so pretty much the whole movie is going to be vagina against vagina. So which is the more powerful woman? And we pretty much almost always know how the way it's going to go anyway, because generally the human survives, right? So, or in some cases, you know, the predator just says, okay, yeah, you're a good warrior. Let's let's just get along, because you know we're both, you know, vaginas. So from what I saw on set, it's it's kind of it's kind of it's kind of woke. It's going to be pretty much that, from what I gathered. That and the other one that was actually filmed in town, Under the Umbrella of Heaven, with Andrew Garfield, that was actually filmed in the town that I live in right now here. Um, that actually should be coming out pretty soon. So I want to catch that, because I kind of want to see if I can see myself, if they actually caught me on film in a couple of places where they were filming. Um, so maybe you might see me. Lenrod. So Predator scissoring. Oh my Jesus. Oh, correction. There'd only be one predator. Will the other one be scissoring with her, or would that be the proper pronoun to be using? I don't know. That'd be a kinky vid. That's what X videos are for. So, oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. Okay. So better than Hollyweird. Well, you know what? You probably would end up getting that with Hollyweird anyway. Um, so yeah, I really want to hope that this Predator movie is actually going to be good. Um, yeah, there hasn't been one in a while. Um, how long has it been? 5 years, maybe, from that last Predator movie. It was kind of eh. The last Predator movie I seen, I stopped because no predators. Wasn't sure if it was a predator, but was just really a bad one. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. What can I say? I don't know. Yeah, Danny Glover starred in the last Predator movie. You know what? Yeah, I agree with that. Predator 2, that was awesome. That was an awesome movie. Danny Glover. I'm gonna have to rewatch that again because that was really, really good. And yeah, and Psychosis, don't worry. It's cool. If you're lurking, hey, as long as you're still here, not a problem. Um, so yeah, that was the last good Predator movie. That was really good. I'm really gonna have to see, damn it. I'm gonna have to go watch that again. So because I've seen the first one, like I don't know how many times by now, I'm kind of sick of seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Predator. I want to see Danny Glover. Yes. So I'm gonna have to find that and download that again. Um and a good example of how to do it right is Into the Fold with the Orville. You know what? And Jill, remind me, when does the Orville come out again? When does it happen again? I know it's really, really soon. I believe it's like sometime in the beginning of June. June 6th is when it's supposed to happen, I think. Um, yeah, but now I really can't wait for that because my hopes are up for good TV. So, uh, what else has been going on? CW is canceling shows like crazy. Oh my god, like Naomi is gone after one season, and I don't even know what's going on with the Flash. Legends of Tomorrow, that just slowly became a dumpster fire. I'm sorry, of a show. um June 2nd. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate it. June 2nd. God, I can't wait. Really? June 2nd? Oh my god. So let's see, June the 1st, that is next week, Wednesday. So that's a Thursday. Wow. So next week, Thursday. Jeez. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, so CW. So the first season was good. After that, I'm sorry, it just turned into a dumpster fire. I just could not watch it anymore. It just got bad. I mean, after you got rid of Rory, it just I don't know, it just got bad. I just couldn't. Um and what can I say? Batwoman, god, just what a another dumpster fire. And then thank God Supergirl is over. And you know what? I haven't even finished the last season of The Flash because I know season 8 is out now. And I haven't even finished season 7. It's just got so mediocre. It's like a lot of people have said, it's the Irish show. It's not The Flash anymore. So yeah, yeah. Other than that, on a positive note, Lum, the anime, is coming back. And it already has a trailer out. And I for one uh, cannot be happy for this because Lum was a fun anime. Rumiko Takahashi's character, I mean, Ram Half was just hilarious, and Lum was just, I don't want to say cute, but kind of on the cutesy side of things, where it was just hilarious. Um, but apparently, for Shogakukan's 100th anniversary coming up, apparently a total of 52 episodes of Urusei Yatsura's anime is scheduled to come out, which is i.e. Lum. So, you know what? I think I will get this, and I think I'm going to sit my daughter down and just watch some funny, goofy anime. So, um, God, what else? I guess there really isn't much else. Um, pretty much covered everything, I suppose. Oh, that and yeah. I guess the latest outrage is a bunch of LGBTQRSTUV activists are slamming Ricky Gervais um, because they feel that jokes are being made at their expense. So, uh, let's see. And Dave, did anyone notice how slowly Supergirl became the most powerful Superman, even in the cartoon movies? Yeah, because of vagina. That's all I can say. Um, yeah. So this here is the latest on 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 an assault on comedy. Um, Now a lot of you people remember the 2020 Golden Globe Awards where he just tore. Um, yes, Jill. Yes, not comedy. Yes, they're coming for comedy. Well, they've been coming for comedy for quite a long time. Um, Remember how he just slammed everybody at the Golden Globes? Get your award and just shut up. Just shut up. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. You can thank your God, you can thank your whatever. Just come and get your award and just sit down and shut up. Stuff like that, right? God, thank you. I may not agree with everything that he says, but you know what? Thank you, Ricky Gervais. Um, but apparently the the comment, and keep in mind, dude is a comedian, okay? In the opening act of his comedy special, okay, Gervais dives into material about the trans community, mocking pronouns and gender identity. And he just makes a comment, "Oh, women, not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones, the old-fashioned women. Oh God, the one with wombs, right?" And everybody's like ranting and raving and just, having a good laugh, right? Those fucking sorry, I should have said fracking, whatever. But those dinosaurs, I love the new women. They're great, aren't they? Uh the ones the ones we've been seeing lately, the ones with beards and you know, a bit of sausage between the legs, if you know what I mean. They're as good as gold. I love them. And now the old-fashioned ones say, "Oh, they just want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use our toilets? For ladies. They're ladies. Look at their pronouns, right?" So, um, brilliant. And people are taking, see, here's the problem. People are taking a big issue. Oh, Jill, yeah, you got to go. That's cool. You know what? Thank you for stopping by. I really, really appreciate it. And come back on another titillating Tuesday and spread the word and whatnot. And I may watch the show again tonight. God, I hope so. I hope I'm trying to be entertaining, but anyway, you know, John Cleese a couple years ago has come out about this, and Rowan Atkinson has also come out about this, about the whole attack on comedy. And yeah, night, Jill. Um, Part of comedy is, how should I say it? It's kind of always been in comedy where you have that certain edginess where a few people get offended. Now, I get that nobody likes being offended. Nobody does, right? But comedy, in a sense, is is supposed to bring a bit of humor to an otherwise extremely too serious world. You know, um, if somebody is offended, you got to develop a thick skin. That's pretty much how I can say. If you, and I mean you obviously in the general sense, um, if you got to be policed on what you can say and what you can't say, comedy is dead. Because at one point or another, you won't be able to say anything about anyone. And this becomes extremely, how should I put it? Communesque, I suppose you could say. Um, there. Hmm. So, his jokes didn't exactly stop there. He discussed Kevin Hart, who in 2018 removed himself from hosting the Oscars because he refused to apologize for a past stand-up comedy bit about a theory about his son having his first gay moment, right? Commenting on the fact that Hart had already apologized and the Oscars wanted him to apologize again. And Gervais said, if there's no value to saying sorry and evolving, he might as well just tweet him again, right? If you're constantly having to apologize for something, doesn't matter what it is, right? They're they don't want to accept your apology because you know what? You should only have to apologize once. If you truly, truly offended somebody and you're not trying to be offensive or rude, okay? Once they keep throwing it in your face, that is a method of control. Oh, I'm constantly offended by what you said. You need to apologize again. Well, I already said sorry. Well, that's not good enough. I'm still offended. Well, then the problem isn't with the person that said the thing that they did. The problem then is and lies within you because you're enjoying too much of a victimhood mentality. You constantly, and I mean, obviously, you in the general sense, you want to use that victimhood as a means of control towards another human being. So if you can't joke around, if you can't make some sort of lighthearted humor, look, Ricky Gervais has said things about, for example, well, lots of things, right? He's said things about Christianity. He's said things about, other groups, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, Pops, how's it going? Forgiveness has to be on the table or we can't move on. Exactly. Exactly. You know what? I don't see. Yeah. Okay. For example, he has said things, for example, about Christians, about Christianity, right? And if he doesn't believe in God, whatever, that's on him. That's his life. Let him live the way he wants to, right? He's in a different place than, say, myself or somebody else, right? We're not all on one big highway going down the same way to the same destination. We're all on our own paths. And just because somebody doesn't like the path that you're on doesn't give them the right for them to tell you, you need to be on my path, because that would mean they're God, that they know more than you, that they have some sort of advanced knowledge that you're not privy to, to make that call for you, right? Yeah, and Lenrod says they're trolls. Doing anything they want is what gets them off. Yeah, exactly. Because it's a form of control. And you know what? With comedy, it's a form of laughing at anything in life. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if, if it's offensive or if it's just a lighthearted joke. It's it's a control. It's trying to have a monopoly on happiness in a way, in a warped sort of way. Um yeah, that's what it is. It's trying to have a monopoly on joy and on happiness. And if you let them take that away, well, then they win, right? They do. Snuggle Fricklepuss. Exactly. Yeah. So it's stupid. It's so stupid. You know what? If you don't like the joke, go find your own comedy to listen to. It's like the old saying: if you don't like what's on TV, turn the channel. If you don't like what's in the book, put it down. Yeah, Wendy Webb. If you can't laugh at yourself, you're going to be you're going to be miserable in social situations. Period. Thank you. Exactly. You know, always look on the bright side of life. If you can't do that, then you're a miserable prick. So, yeah, simple as that. I may not wake up in the morning all, bright eyed and bushy tailed. And you know what? I'm a bit of a grump when I wake up in the morning. I am, I'm a bear. I'm a grumbling bear. Till I've had my first cup, sorry, till I've had my first cup of coffee. Maybe two. Um, but you know what? I try to keep a positive outlook on life, no matter how hard things get. Um, like what I was saying earlier, uh, about the situation that I'm in. Um, with what's going on uh, with my rental situation, let's put it that way. And again, the link is in the description. If you feel like you can give something, then go ahead and give something. It's basically to keep a roof over my family's head. And I haven't mentioned this for about an hour and 45 minutes, so I'm just mentioning it again because I don't like to clobber people over the head with my situation, right? So there you go. The GoFundMe link is in the description. But what was I getting at? I know I was getting at something important. Um, yeah, I might not wake up all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and yeah, like I said, I'm a bear when I wake up, but I try to keep a positive outlook on life no matter what the situation is. And sometimes that's very hard to do, extremely hard. And sometimes the only way a person can get through the day is just with a little laugh to themselves about a situation. What I like to tell myself at times when things are hard, you know what? Could be worse. Thank God it isn't. Because you know what? It really, really always could be worse. Your situation could always be worse. So you know what? Thank God it ain't. Yeah. And Dave CT says, I can always laugh at myself, but that's easy, funny looking. Well, yeah. God, I laugh at myself constantly too. Especially when my 12-year-old comes up to me and decides to jiggle my belly like it's a bowl of jelly. I should probably be playing Santa. And Lenrod, Yeah, I hear nurses have a gloriously dark sense of humor. You know what? Yeah, I've heard that too. Wendy Webb. Yes, we do. Oh boy, I would love to hear some of this kind of humor. Um, yeah, just don't say it out loud. Um, I suppose. Don't want to look too morbid, Wendy. Um, but yeah, if you don't have humor, if you're going to end up policing humor, jokes, yeah, you want to monopolize on people's happiness. Sorry, not monopolize. You want to police people's happiness. You can't have that because hell, if you end up successful with that, you know what? See the rates of suicide go up. I know that sounds rather extreme, but hell, it's an extreme situation that we're finding ourselves in day by day. What you can and can't say. Let's face it. Lots of things have gone to the extreme. And Pops, I try to live by the lyrics from an old hymn, count your blessings, count them one by one. Amen, dude. Exactly. Precisely that. Yes, count your blessings because along the lines of what I said, it could be worse. You have to look at what my wife and I were talking about. Oh, Sarah Thompson. Did my other message go through? You know what? This is the first message I've seen from you. Hi Sarah. I I didn't see any other message from you. So, um I'm honestly sorry if I did not see it. But welcome to the chat. So go up. Okay, I think I will. Let me look here. Nice to have you here in the chat. I'm going pretty far up to a while ago. You know what? I'm sorry. I honest to God um do not see any other message and I've gone back like at least about a half an hour by now. So I'm sorry. I did not see your message. If you want to type it again, go ahead. And for sure I will see it. Um unless it's some sort of YouTube glitch. I really honestly don't know. Um oh it's between Elrod and Dave. Okay. Okay. Sorry. If if it was between the two of you, then yeah, no problem. But no Pops. You're right. Yeah. Count your blessings, people, because yeah, life could be worse than the current situation that you're in right now. And and yeah, things could be worse. And again, like I said, with the situation that my family's in, again, I want to thank everybody that has contributed to the GoFundMe that I have up. And all of you, each and every one of you that could give what you could give to really help me. I thank all of you. All of you are blessings, are my blessings. Um, and I know that sounds a bit cliche. It really honestly does. And I don't mean to make it sound very cliche, um, but if, like I said before, if we're supposed to be a civilization, we need to be civilized to people. And that means being a decent human being. And I mean, if in the long run, if any of you are ever in need, um, then I hope that I have the abilities and the means to help any of you guys out, because that's what we need to do. If we can't be our own brother's keepers, then what's the point, right? So, and I don't mean to sound just so, I don't know, blah, really. Um, but that's how I feel. You know, that's that's how we should be. So so currently, you know what? To everybody there, I've gone on for an hour and 55 minutes, and I cannot believe that this chat in particular, a chat with chatting about chatting with a chat, is now the currently the longest chat that I've had with all of you. So the longest I've gone was about an hour and a half, and now this is like literally 2 hours long. And I have pretty much at this point. Oh my god. See, I knew you were gonna say that. It's been a solid 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh crap. Yeah, so now I have not only broken this time space continuum, I have warped it. So watch hours. Yeah, okay. Yes, people. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna bitch about it. Because I guess 8 of you are in this 8 of you are in this chat. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. 8 times 2 hours. So that's 16. So at this point, I'm at 200. You know what? 260 people. Yeah, in a week. That's not bad. I've gone up by 10 more people, which is pretty cool. Um No, time has stopped. Yeah, I suppose it has, hasn't it though? Um yeah, I guess I really shouldn't complain then. So because I definitely need to hit that 4,000 hours if I'm ever going to work my way up to 1,000 subscribers. So, and I suppose in a week gaining 10 additional new subscribers to make it up to 260 is not that bad. So you know what? So Sarah, as you are also new here, welcome to the chat. I hope you can like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because it does help. And to all of you out there, because I believe it was Lenra that said, you know what, he did actually get his notification. So thank you God for that. For that actually happening. And that's a good thing. So yeah, it's on the screen. Pops, the link for the GoFundMe should be in the description. So if you don't see it, what I can do, I will add it into the chat right there. So hopefully you guys totally see it at this point. So so Sarah, thank you. You've already done that. Awesome. Thank you very much. So I guess I am at 261, I guess. So thank you, Sarah. I super really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And glad to hear you and glad to see you. And thank you for for supporting this superhero on the way to fighting injustice and the forces of wokeness. and everything in the general naughtiness category. So I really appreciate it. And you know what? I really honestly appreciate all of you being here. And wow, listening to me rant and rave for about 2 hours about everything. So, nice. Oh, so you've been subscribed since March? So I think you'll be 167. Well, you know what? Either way, that's cool. And still I appreciate you subbing and dropping in tonight and listening to this chat with all these wonderful, wonderful people that are also here. And being extremely decent human beings. Um, and nice to see you here. So you know what? I think after 2 hours, um, I will call it a night. And there's a few things that I'm going to figure out. I.e., one of them is having to really get at getting a box insert made for a customer that actually wants to buy a an homage box that essentially I created. So it goes along the whole Transformer line. Dave would know what I'm talking about because he's such a fan, right, Dave? And Bumbleless, if he's if he's still here in the chat. I'm sorry, dude. I forgot your username on YouTube, and I don't want to use your actual name because, yeah. Before he goes, how many Canadians here? Yes. You know what? Hey, how about that? Um, get it right. 6 minutes. Oh, crap. Okay. So you know what? Yeah. Okay. So Dave. Okay. Clearly, obviously, you are Canadian, and I do know that Lenrod is also a fellow Canuck. Um, kind of. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're in Wisconsin, right? So you're more cheese and maple. We can adopt you. That's fine. I don't mind. Um, you're pretty much Canadian, I guess. Anyway. Um, so oh, really? Okay. Just try to follow Canadian tubers, right? Well then, you know what? I hope that you follow Canadian Spider-Man. He's actually next door to me. So he's pretty cool dude. And because it's getting close to summer, I guess he wouldn't have them, but generally in the winter he'll have fireside chats. So, and like I said, he's in BC and he's a cool guy. So look him up, Canadian Spider-Man as well. I like to send people to where I can, um, because I think they deserve it, and because we're all in this as a community, um, trying to make our way in the universe. So yeah. So you know what? I'm going to call it a night, and I thank everybody here for being on this titillating Tuesday. And I think this is probably at this point chat number 6 or 7. Again, honestly, I really have to make sure. So, making you blush. I love you too, Psychosis. You think you've heard of him? Yes. You know what? There's a dude that has been very well traveled around the world. He's a really cool guy, and on top of that, he also mods a lot of great chats, like say on Doomcock and God, I gotta think. I think 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, and I believe also on top of that, Cardinal Sin. So go check out those channels on top of that. Oh, plus on top of that, I do believe you do want to also check out King Dolphin TV, because there also is a man that you should check up as well. He is an author, he is a good friend as well, and he's had me on this channel quite a few times. So I also do want to give a shout out to King Dolphin TV. And oh, and Wendy, you got to take off too. Good night, everyone. Take care and stay safe. Yes, Wendy, you also do the same thing too. And it has been a good evening, hasn't it? So it's been pretty funky fresh. I will say that. I don't know if no, I don't think he's Canadian. You know what? If he is Canadian, I'd be awfully surprised. I'm not sure. So Washington State. Is he really? Okay, well, cool. Either way, he's near me. So Mr. Swindle on YouTube. I'm gonna have to check him out then, because I've never heard of the guy. So you know what? Yeah. If you want a bunch of good YouTubers, then Dave, yeah, check out Canadian Spider-Man, King Dolphin TV, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, Cardinal Sin. He's got some pretty good shows on during the week. And I would also check out Clobberin' Times with Clobby. Because if you're into Star Trek, if you like Star Trek, like, you know, older Star Trek, he also has his Saturday Night Star Trek. So just a plug there as well. So hopefully I give you some listening material. Oh, and also Brandon the anime guy as well. So if you like anime, check him out as well. So yep. So good night to all of you. Thank you all again for stopping by. And I shall see you next week, next Tuesday. And J-Man. Oh my God. Thank you for showing up. And we were just, I was just ending. So, Dave, if you're still here, check out also J-Man. All right? Check out his channel as well, because he goes through wrestling and he goes through comics and he goes through a lot of other stuff. So, Dave, if you're still here in the chat, also check out J-Man. All right? There's another Canadian with his sidekick, Sean. Can I call him a sidekick? Because I'm going to call him a sidekick. So you know what? J-Man, I'm sorry that you're getting here at a little bit past 2 hours, but you know what? Hey, yeah, I know, you know what? You were too late. It's fine, dude. Catch me next week. And yes, okay, I have to say this this short stream, 6 minutes. Exactly. This was the longest 6 minutes ever. So yeah, also Dave, so check out J-Man as well. So he's got a lot of fun stuff going on in his channel. And yeah, and we're all here to support one another. Sarah, also thank you, even if you are subscribee number 167. Great to also have you here, Psychosis and Dave, and God, who else? And Pops, thank you also for dropping by. And also, yes, of course, Lenrod and Wendy Webb, and also Grifter and Antiderivative Jill. Also, thank you guys for showing up as well. And Snaggle Frickle Puss, and God, who else do we have? And Bumblehide as well. And Jack Lumen, thank you also for showing up in tonight's chat. So thank you everybody for showing up. And again, you know what? If you guys want to hit the GoFundMe that's in the description to help out me and my family, I would really appreciate it, so that hopefully soon I find a job and that I can get working again and that we're not put out on the street. And I'm not really honestly trying to make it sound like a sob story because I'm not really that kind of guy, but I'm being plainly honest. So, um, yeah. So, anyway, so I don't ramble on for another 6 minutes. Thank you all for showing up tonight on a Tuesday, on Titillating Tuesdays. Um, yeah, it does seem to be a common issue. Um, and we shall see you next week on another Titillating Tuesday. So, this is the Comic Relief Crusader. Stay tuned. Talk to you guys soon.